Welcome to the Ditch the Struggle podcast. I'm your host, Alana Rosso. I'm a graphic designer turned career and success coach who knew I could do better, but kept falling short of where I wanted to go. But after years of exploring personal and career development, business, money mindset, and energy work, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can move from stuck and defeated to empowered and confident. Ready to dive in? Awesome. Together, let's ditch the struggle. Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode today, and it's kind of different. I'm going to talk about 10 products I love. And, this is not what I usually talk about. I'm usually talking about personal development and coaching, but sometimes certain products just make your life better, and I want to talk about them. There are certain things I love that are kind of in the health, wellness, lifestyle space that I'm just going to share. I'm not getting paid. I'm not an affiliate. I will put the links to every product in the show notes so you can see if it's a good fit for you. Everything is going to be, I think the most expensive item is $175, but we have like the gamut of price points. And so most of it is accessible. And yeah, let's just dive in. I'm going to do 10 because 10 is my favorite number. So number 1 is the Bar Definition Graceful Grip Yoga Mat. So this is a yoga mat that I got just last Christmas, and I absolutely love it. I had been using a yoga mat from Lululemon that I got a few years ago that was not cheap. I think it was like $95. And this thing was slippy, and I was getting so annoyed every single time I went on the mat, like frustration. And I'm a big believer in like using what you have, making use of what you have. But if every time you touch that product and use it, you're frustrated and you want to throw it out the window, that is the time that you have to replace it or consider a plan to replace it. So I had seen this yoga mat used by Action Jacqueline, who is a fitness instructor on YouTube. So she mainly does Pilates and kind of bar workouts. She used to be a professional ballerina. She's, I think, as cute as a button. I really love her workouts. And I saw her using her yoga mat, and I saw it online. And yes, so an influencer kind of made me do this, which is not my usual thing. But I asked Declan to get it for me for Christmas, and it is $104 US. So he was traveling to the States, so he was able to ship it there, which saved a lot of money. If you have it shipped to Canada, I'm going to guess it's going to cost you $5,000. Like, you know how hard it is to ship stuff over the border sometimes. But why I love this mat, it is so grippy. It's thin and it is so grippy. You feel so stable on it. It also has very graphic lines on it. So like my graphic designer listeners, you're going to love the look of it. Kind of has like north, east, south, west lines on it. And then it has a quote at the very top. So there's typography at the top, and it says, "I am a force of nature, graceful yet powerful." And I love that. I'm a big believer in words. They have a vibration. I like that on my yoga mat. And I don't know. I just like, I'm so happy with it because I feel very stable. And if your body is going through any physical challenges, it's going to really help your workout. Even if you're just stretching, I find this mat to be amazing. So I'm really glad that I tuned into Action Jacqueline's workout and found this. As I said, I do love her workouts. And when she tells me that I'm doing a great job, I'm like, yeah, Jacqueline, I am doing an amazing job today. I'm lifting my leg about 25% as high as you are, but I'm just doing an amazing job today. For some reason, I like her. And this yoga mat did not disappoint. So again, $104 US, but worth every penny. Okay, number 2 is a glass tumbler, and it is the Ello Tidal Glass Tumbler with straw. Now, when I bought this, it was like $25, and I got one for Declan too. Now, when I checked on Amazon today, it was like $45. So I'm not sure what's going on. It's by the brand Ello. I actually also have their ceramic to-go mugs that I got at Costco. I got a pack of 2. They're good, but this glass tumbler makes me very happy because I find I drink a lot more water when I'm using a tumbler with a straw. So I had a friend that I used to work with at the cosmetics company, and she kind of was like, yeah, if you use a straw with your glass, you're going to drink more water. And this is very true. So I have been kind of really committed to using a glass with a straw since around 2018. And I hate plastic. I hate drinking out of plastic. I have a Swell metal bottle, like a stainless steel bottle for hot drinks to go, which is fine and that works. But I don't like drinking water out of that. I really like glass. Like Hell hath no fury than a woman who goes to Costco and finds out her avocado oil is now in plastic bottles instead of glass. Like, I lost my mind. I was so mad. I really like drinking out of glass. This one has like a silicone grippiness to it, so it's like really steady in your hand. Although there is a weight to the tumbler because it's glass, so it's a little heavy. That might not suit everybody. The straw is plastic, which is not my fave, but I did replace it with a glass straw. And the glass straw would make my list, but the company, which was Canadian and amazing after 10 years, has closed down. So I like literally just bought as many glass straws as I could a couple weeks ago before they closed. You may be able to find other glass straws if that's something you're interested in, but this glass tumbler is great. I love it. Comes in different colors. So we have his and hers in our household. And it's kind of too heavy to carry around when you're out and about, but I just keep it in my car usually. And then in between errands, I just make sure that I'm staying hydrated. I definitely drink more water when I have a tumbler with a straw. And this one I just love, and I've been using it for years, and it's a really good quality, and it's worth, even if you have to pay $45, I would say it's absolutely worth it. Okay, my next item is a coffee substitute. So number 3 is Calf Lib. And this is a kind of instant coffee substitute. Now, I have to preface by saying Declan thinks this stuff is disgusting. Now, he drinks coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore. I gave up coffee February of 2019 when I got really sick. You can go back to episode 17 and I talk about that. So I have not gone back on coffee, even though I probably could, because it is not great for my anxiety, my stomach. I'm not really into having a lot of caffeine. I do drink tea, but I have decided to keep it kind of off the list of things that I'm consuming. So I've tried every coffee substitute under the sun. This one is like the classic. It's been around forever, and I don't know if it's made in Germany or something. It is $12.99 for the organic Calf Lib for a bottle of it, or like a jar of it. It only lasts me about 10 days because I kind of drink 2 a day. The thing is, you can have it at like 10 o'clock at night. There's no caffeine, so it's not going to keep you up. It is made from the extract of roasted malt barley, roasted barley, and roasted chicory. So a whole bunch of roasted rooty things. It tastes sort of like coffee. I mean, keep your expectations low. It kind of tastes like a cousin, like a long distance cousin of coffee. It's got the coffee influence. It's like got inspiration from coffee, but I wouldn't say it's actually coffee. But if you add in some like organic cream, a little bit of maple syrup, and some vanilla extract, it is actually really delicious. So I've kind of played around with it. You can put any milk in it because it dissolves really well. Listen, you kind of can get used to anything. And at first I kind of tolerated it. And now over time, I really love it. And so when I'm going out and about, I very often have my Swell bottle filled up with Calf Lib and whatever extras I want to throw in there, because it's just, you kind of like it. And I really love being off coffee. And that's just something that I'm probably going to keep doing. That might change one day, but for now I'm staying off coffee, and I really recommend Calf Lib. There are a lot of ones that are made from dandelion. I think those ones are awful. So they actually hurt my stomach. Not a fan of anyone. I think any of those, I think one's called like Dandy Blend. That made me feel actually really sick. So if you're thinking about weaning off coffee and you need something else, I would suggest Calf Lib. And number 4, we're going to hop to another beverage, and it's by a company called Lake and Oak that makes tea. And this one is called Ashwagandha and Chill. So I love ashwagandha. It's a herb. It's used for reducing stress and anxiety. It works really well on me. I'm absolutely a huge fan. If you go back to episode 32, I talk about my toolbox for managing anxiety, and you'll hear me talk quite a bit about ashwagandha. So you might want to go listen to that one. This is a jar of loose tea that is $19 Canadian. It does about 24 cups, and it's made from organic peppermint, chamomile, ashwagandha, passion flower, and rose petal. The peppermint and the chamomile and the rose petals really add to the taste, because ashwagandha on its own is a little bit like herby tasting. And so this really is delicious. And we have been drinking this stuff for about a year. We tend to have it around like 8 or 8:30 every night. It just really chills you out. It does what it says it's going to do. Now, this was actually given to me as a gift once, and I became so obsessed with it. I've been hunting it down and finding it ever since. Actually, I was just at the One of a Kind show. There's like a big craft show in Toronto every December, and they had a booth, and I went to the booth. I was like, oh, I'm going to stock up. There's probably like a good show special. and they were completely sold out. So people are getting on the ashwagandha train. And as I said, this actually tastes good. So if you're looking for a way to just chill out in the evening, I think this is a great way to do that. And it's not huge investment. You can kind of give it a shot. You can play around with how much you want to, put into your tea. Like you could probably stretch it out a little bit longer than 24 cups, but I'm a big fan. Okay, next is number 5, and this is a facial oil. This is the only beauty product on my list, but it is so good. I'm really obsessed. It is the Indie Lee Squalene Facial Oil. Indie Lee is a line of natural-based beauty products and skincare from the States. Not easy to get in Canada, but you can buy it at the detox market. And this oil is $47 Canadian. I think it's around 35 US, and I believe Target sells it. I actually picked it up in Target, I don't know, maybe like a couple years ago, or had my friend bring it back from Target actually, because she was in the States. That's what happened. And I just thought, oh, this looks good. And I've probably had 7 bottles since. So what it is, I'll just got a blurb from their website. It's 100% pure olive-derived squalene oil that smooths, softens, and promotes the appearance of balanced, clear, and youthful skin. Non-greasy and fast-absorbing, this lightweight hydrator replenishes all skin types and delivers long-lasting moisture, perfect for all skin types. This has no smell. So if you're sensitive to scent and you're looking for something that gives you that moisturization but is not heavy, and it's you can literally take a few drops and add it to whatever moisturizer you're already using, and it's just going to make it richer. I just absolutely love it. I've tried other oils since, and I just always go back to this one. I just think it's really good. Lasts about 3 months, so I feel like it's pretty reasonably priced. And again, the no smell thing, this one's a winner. God, I don't even really know what squalene oil is. It's I don't know. It's like a buzzword now. I should know what that is, but I don't really know what it is. All I will say is that it's super lightweight. It absorbs instantly. I put it under my makeup. So that goes to show you how quickly it absorbs. So I'm obsessed with it. Even Declan knows what this stuff is. He knows. He's do you need your oil? If he's going to the States for work or something, he just knows I love it so much. Okay, number 6 is, I'm kind of laughing because it's kind of a funny thing. So it is the QB Under Desk Elliptical. This is an elliptical machine that is small that you put under your desk so that you can pedal while you work. And if you go to their website, it's CUBII, QB. They're on the shopping channel of that. You're basically going to see a whole bunch of pictures of people that are 80 years old using these ellipticals for rehab. This is true, but I'm also going to point out that I love old people exercise. I love the Tai Chi, the Qigong, the Aquafit. I love all those activities because they are easy on the body and they have so many health benefits. And this was my attempt to get more movement throughout my day. So as some of you know, I've been working through a lot of physical issues, and I decided that I gotta just shove more movement into my day, and I was a little bit limited. So I've been thinking about getting one of these ellipticals for actually years, and I should have done this a long time ago because it's kind of fun. It is a little bit tricky to get used to working and pedaling at the same time. And if I'm really concentrating on something super intensely, I can't do both at the same time. But if I'm on a webinar or a masterclass and I'm just sitting there, just pedaling away is amazing. I have some meetings where I just have to listen. I'm not actually engaging with clients, and I'm just pedaling away. It doesn't really make much noise. Now, here's the thing. If you go to their website, I think it's $250 or even up to $300. Okay, do not pay that. You can do what I did and go on FB Marketplace or Facebook Marketplace, which I know is super annoying. And you can basically get a brand new one for $100 because people try it a few times and then decide not to use it. This is very common with exercise equipment. And the thing with the QB elliptical is that people think it's going to be no effort. And it absolutely is. You can actually turn the resistance up. So I started at 0 and now I think I keep it at 4. And it's you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. Now, have I had any physical or transformation from this, or do I feel totally different? No. But to me, this is a long-term investment in my health that the more movement you put throughout the day, basically the payoff is down the line. I'm thinking, okay, this is just going to keep me going. This is just going to help my body. I'm really good in the mornings about doing exercise, and now I've kind of added in my spin bike back into the mix. But in the day, I can be really stuck to my desk, and I absolutely love it. I got it for $100, almost brand new from this woman who's so nice, and I have used it, like, pretty well every day. So I'm definitely got my money's worth out of it. So just go on Facebook Marketplace, and then you can find one. There are a million other brands of ellipticals that go under your desk that you can find on Amazon, so some of those might be good. I just don't know. I just went for the QB probably because I worked at the shopping channel and I was aware of the brand already, and, I had heard good things, and it is quite quiet. So you can definitely, like, have it at your corporate office, and I don't think it would bug anyone around you. You can hear it a little bit, but no one can hear it when I'm on my Zoom. So I love it. And again, I paid $100 on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, number 7, these are notebooks. Are you a pen and paper person? I am a pen and paper person. I like to write things down. I don't want a digital notepad. What are those ones that are online everywhere? They're like, I need to be able to flip through a notebook, and for me, I retain information when I write it down. I might not go back to it that often, but I need to write things down because when you write things down, pen and paper, you actually do create new synapses in the brain to kind of help you remember. So I get these ones from Indigo, which is our kind of bookstore slash gift store in Canada, and the brand is Nota, Nota, and they are the large notebooks. They're about almost 8 by 10 in size, and I get packs of 3. And why I love these notebooks is that the pages are quite thick. So if you're using like a heavy ink pen or a felt tip marker, it's not going to bleed through. Now, as I said, I usually get 3 together. However, when I looked on their website today, they only had sets of 5. They were $22.99. I also often get them on sale. Like they'll have discontinued colors and they will be 3 for like $12 or something. So they're not that expensive. They're way better than what you can get at Dollarama. Like they're just a really nice experience, and they are saddle stitched and they lie really flat. So when you open them, they lay really flat, so you don't have to worry about pages flipping around. Because I'm not really a big fan of spiral notebooks for some reason. I don't know why. What is my issue with spiral notebooks? I don't like them as much. So I like the saddle stitch. They stay flat when you need them to. And yeah, they're not that expensive. I love them. So I'm into these large notebooks. I always have like a stack of them in my office, and I don't think I'm going to change. I'm going to keep with those. Okay, number 8 is a shoe. So this is from a brand called Vessi, which is actually a Canadian company. I believe they're in British Columbia, and they make these kind of woven runners and sneakers and all different kinds of shoes that are waterproof. They're also vegan, I believe. So the one that I love is the Vessi Weekend Chelsea boot. And it kind of looks like a Blundstone, but it is made of fabric and it is literally waterproof. Like you can go through a bog and a marsh and a puddle and you're just going to have dry feet. And okay, I love it so much. I wear these all the time. And when I just went to Ireland in September, it was the perfect traveling shoe because you can just like run through the airport, then you can go through a forest and a bog and the rain and all of that stuff. They are currently $175 Canadian. I bought a Declan. Actually, how I found them is I bought them for Declan. So they do have one store that I know of in Ontario. It's at Square One Shopping Mall in Mississauga. I was there a couple years ago. I bought Declan a pair for Christmas. He just literally wore them every day. He loved them so much. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get a pair. Now, I made sure not to get the exact same color so that we didn't look like that weird matchy couple. So mine are black on black and his are black with a white sole, and then they have some brown trim. So I don't think people notice that we're really wearing the same shoes. They're really comfortable. I just throw them on. One thing I would say though is that I wish they had a bit of a heel or like a bit of a wedge. They're a little flat. And now, do they look cool? I don't know. I think maybe they don't look that cool. I don't know if they're very flattering, but they're so comfortable. Like, I just don't care. I think some of the colors are cute. I wish I was that person that looked like very stylish and sporty things. I don't actually think I'm that person, but I don't care. I'm going to wear these forever. Probably get another color, and they've worn really well for me. And as I said, like they're such a great boot to travel with because they are ridiculously light. So I'm a huge fan. $175. They sometimes have sales, but to be honest, you're only going to get like $20 off. They're not really into big sales, but they also only come in full sizes. So they say to size up, which I think was pretty reasonable. The only thing I would say is In other styles, sizing up is not great. I bought a pair of sneakers from them, and when I sized up to a size 8, they were too big. And I got stuck with them because they were on sale and wouldn't let me exchange them, which I don't love that policy. That annoys me. Like, happy to give you and you keep my money, but I would like to be able to exchange, but I couldn't. So if you can get to the store, I would recommend doing that because the sizing could be a little bit of an issue. But for the Chelsea boot, I'm a 7.5. I bought the 8 and it was totally perfect. Okay, so next on my list is number 9, and it is Himalayan salt lamp. There's no specific brand. I just love Himalayan salt lamps. I have them in every room, and actually in my office I have 2, and they just change the vibe. I believe they emit like negative ions, which are very healthy for the air. They're very calming. They help me feel grounded, and I've just become obsessed with them, and I just keep putting them in more and more places. And then what I discovered was that you can get Himalayan salt lamp night lights. And I just got some that were $15 from Canadian Tire. So this is such a small investment. And what I would say is that if you have a room that you just don't like the vibe, like I put my spin bike in the basement and I don't love being in a basement, but I put one of these salt lamps down there and it just feels so much better. So I would say just put them everywhere. Like you can turn them on and off, obviously. And it's just lighting matters, and there's something to be said about these salt lamps. You can get them at any health food store as well. Most of them have it. Amazon has them. I think bigger ones will cost you like $40, $45. You don't know what you're really going to get because each one is different. I think Kitchen Stuff Plus sells them as well. I'm just a big fan. I love the night lights, and especially if you do need a night light to kind of navigate through a hallway in the middle of the night, I would say for $15, it is one of the best things I've bought for my house. I really enjoy them. Okay, number 10 is the Santivia Mina water pitcher. It is $60. It's like a Brita, but it's a different brand. So the brand is Santivia. And I had tried water from this pitcher at a friend's house, and I really love the taste of it. So it really changes the taste of your water. It's a lot softer. And apparently, according to their website, it's adding essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium to support your health. It also has 99.9% fluoride filtration, which is amazing. If any of you are still using toothpaste with fluoride in it, y'all need to get on some other podcasts to figure out why that's not a really good idea. It's actually a really bad idea. So this one takes it out. It's a simple system. This one is like, as I said, like a Brita size one, and then $60, and then filters. You can get 6 for $140, which will last a year. So each filter can last you 2 months. So it's pretty reasonable. They also make a beautiful, large glass system. That one's $320. So a bigger investment, I would say start with a small pitcher, see if you like the taste of the water. We love it. So I'm kind of thinking that I will go for the large glass system. This is a good alternative if you want to change your water or improve your water, but don't want to do a full household filtration system, which I think, those are, about $5,000 to do. So here I am at this point in my life where I'm getting excited about just better tasting water. So, it's just these things that you appreciate. Like I will, if I'm using water to boil something, I will first filter it through the Santivia. So I just love it. Obviously, Dolly's drinking it from the water from this. It's a great system. I got it at Healthy Planet, and you can also buy it online. So that is my list of 10 favorite things, my favorite products that I'm using right now. I have probably more things. I could do another 10 list. Not sure if you want to hear about it, but I do tend to be that person that explores and tries a whole bunch of different things and dives into the benefits of our product and making sure that it's a good product to use. But it really comes down to, what's going to float your boat. So that's it for now. As I said, I'm going to have all the links to the products in the show notes, and we will see you soon, guys. Take care. Thank you for joining me today on Ditch the Struggle. You showing up here means so, so much to me. To dig deeper into the topics discussed today and to learn about my work, visit alanarosa.com. And don't forget to download your free resources while you're there. And if this episode resonated with you, please share with others who also want to ditch the struggle. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, leave a rating and a review, and let me know what you'd like to see more of on this podcast. And before I go, I want to leave you with my 3 favorite ways to ditch the struggle. Be your own best advocate, take baby steps for the win, and forget about a linear career path. It's overrated and you are doing just fine. See you next time.